What's up everyone, Jared the Alpha Ginger here, and for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. To start off this video, let me just ask you this question. Are you living paycheck to paycheck but dream of living a life of financial freedom? Now I know that this is a silly question, but if you are, then it is important that you pay attention to what I am about to teach you, because this video is going to unveil the 3 keys needed to create your very own financial plan. Now you may be thinking, how are you going to teach me how to create a financial plan, and why do I even need one to begin with? I know how to save. I'm willing to consider that you may very well know how to save money in a savings account. In fact, many who find my video have someone who manages their money for them already. If you do, then I hope it is working out for the best for you. The truth is, 74% of people do not currently have a financial plan and believe that creating one is either too expensive, too complicated, or not worth the effort. If you are one of these, then you may want to reconsider your hesitations. Which brings us to the point of this video and the first key. Create a budget and give yourself a financial buffer. Studies have shown that families ranging from $50,000 per year all the way up to $500,000 per year are living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, you heard that right. In one interesting case study done by MarketWatch, a $350,000 salary in an expensive city like San Francisco or New York City barely qualified as middle class. You may find yourself wondering how someone who is making well into their 6 figures could possibly be living paycheck to paycheck. I myself was astounded when I learned of such a case, because I had always been taught that making 6 figures meant that you were rich and never had to worry about your finances anymore. But this kind of thinking was where I found the root of the problem to be. Having more money doesn't mean that you have greater financial security. In fact, in a survey of consumer finances conducted by the Federal Reserve, it showed that the more money you make, the more debt you will have. Hold on. Before you rage quit this video and claim that I am just spurting off blasphemy for my own financial agenda, consider this. If you received a raise, promotion, or both at your job, what would be the first thing you would start to plan? Would you celebrate at a fancy restaurant? Buy a new car? Get that bigger TV that you have had your sights set on for a while? Maybe you would even begin to implement plans on making improvements to your home. I am not saying that you shouldn't enjoy the extra money that you make, but the natural inclination we have when we make more money is to spend it on things that will improve our lifestyle. This is called lifestyle inflation. Now, this may cause you to wonder, well, if those who are making 6 figures are struggling, how will I get by with my $40,000 or $50,000 a year? The answer requires us to look at the first key. In a study conducted by Charles Schwab, results showed that most people spend an average of $483 a month on non-essentials. That may not sound like a lot of money when you think about it at first, but how many of you looked at your finances at the end of the month and only went over by a little? Yeah, it happens. While some may genuinely have very little wiggle room in their finances, I would like to think that most of us have even more available if we were to set a proper budget for ourselves. The other day I spent some time with some friends and I was telling them about this first key, and they asked me to help them go over their finances and set a budget. As we sat down, they were surprised by how much they were spending on things like eating out, phone games, fees from their bank, and other categories. When we finally set a budget, they were able to create a financial buffer of $650. Again, this may not seem like a lot of money, but if we took the $483 we talked about earlier and saved up for 12 months, then a year we would have $5,796. How many of you have credit cards that would be paid off by this amount? Then take the $650 from my friends and you have $7,800 in a year. So yes, it seems like a small amount at first, but it starts to grow when you set it aside. Let me assure you though, that $5,796 or $7,500 is a small amount compared to what you could have, which brings us to our second key. Develop a plan for destroying your debt. According to the Federal Reserve, the average person in the United States has $8,398 in credit card debt. That equates to a roughly $200 to $400 a month payment, which puts the yearly cost at between $2,400 to $4,800, not including interest. A report from LendingTree indicates that most pay between $393 and $550 in car payments every month. That means you are paying between $4,716 to $6,600 a year in car loans, and that too doesn't include the interest. In total, we are looking at like $13,000 to $19,000 we are losing every year. Okay, Jared, enough with the numbers. What is the point? I already know my financial situation is hopeless, and unless I make a lot of money, I'm going to be in debt forever. Dislike. Well, this is where the second key comes into place. Check this out.
In the example I gave, the average American credit card debt was $8,398. So let's say that your payment is between the $200 and $400, so maybe it's at $275. And let's say that your interest rate is like 16.99. That would mean that it's going to take you 40 months to pay off your credit card with your $275 minimum payment, and you'll be paying about $2,523.43, which really isn't an amount that anybody wants to pay. But let's say that you have the $483 buffer that we talked about, and that's what you have that you can cut in your expenses every month, and you add that to your credit card payment. All of a sudden, you can now pay off that credit card in a year, and you are paying a fraction of the amount of dollars in interest. So here you have $275 and $483 that you're using to pay off this credit card. And in a year's time, you now not only have your buffer of $483 every single month that you can use to help pay off your debt, but now you also, after you pay off your credit card, have $275 that you can use. Let's see what that total would wind up being. So you have $250, add in the $483, and you wind up with $733. So let's say that you have the car loan, and your total amount that you have due on it is $21,000. And the minimum that you pay for that is the $503 every month. And then let's say that your interest rate is 4%. By the end of it, you'll have paid $1,575.12, and it will take almost 4 years to pay off. Not a bad amount of interest when compared to the credit card, which was over $2,000. And so now you have not only your financial buffer that you've been able to cut from your budget, but you also have the $275 that you're able to pay off. And so let's say that this is the amount that's due after the year that you've paid off your credit card. If you add in those amounts as an additional payment every month, you can now pay off your car in a year and a half, and you're paying even less interest on your car by the end of your loan than you were on your credit card. So as you can see, this is an excellent way to build up your income by the end of your expenses, but also you're going to be able to destroy your debt so much faster this way. And if you have even more debt after this, then it's just going to increase. Suddenly that 733 becomes 733 plus 503. And then you can take the $1,236 and apply it to the next loan and pay it off that much faster, and pay off the next one that much faster, until you're at the point where you're debt-free, and whatever income that you have left over that you've been using for those loans can now be used to help fuel any investments that you want to participate in.
Before we get into the third key, let me just say this. Don't feel like you need to adhere to freeing up your income down to the last penny. If you decide that you want to up your lifestyle expenses, then do it very gradually so that you can continue to progress toward financial freedom and accomplish your monetary goals. If you free up $400 to $500, then feel free to put $100 to $200 back into your monthly budget. This way, you still have a growing buffer. This brings us to our third and final key in creating a financial plan. Invest in your future. Every day, opportunities to make money come and go. And for most of us, we find ourselves saying that we just don't have the money for them. Maybe it comes in the form of a business opportunity, or perhaps there is a stock that is going to grow, but you don't have the cash to invest it. Using a part of your financial buffer can be an excellent way to take advantage of these opportunities. The best thing you can do now is use some of the income you free up to further educate yourself so that when the moment of financial freedom comes, you will be fully prepared to not only make the best of what you are earning now, but create income streams that will bring you further freedom and success. In summary, The 3 keys to creating a financial plan are: 1. Create a budget and give yourself a financial buffer. 2. Develop a plan for destroying your debt. And 3. Invest in your future. With these 3 keys, you will become financially free and no longer fall victim to the crippling debt that plagues most today. Want to learn more about these keys and how to more fully implement them? Then check out the link for my online course below. In my Level Up Your Bank Account series, I delve more deeply into how to develop a financial plan and how to implement it. If you found value in learning about these 3 keys, then smash the like button below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because each week I'm going to provide more material. Also, follow me on Instagram, where I post almost daily. Share what you've learned with others, and you'll be building a brighter financial future today.